Hey guys, if you like the content, please be sure to like the videos and subscribe to the channel. Thanks. Quick reminder to check out this week's Mortar Pod, our video podcast, and also check out this week's SeemsGoodMagic card giveaway. Hey everybody, Alex from SeemsGoodMagic.com here, and we're doing another Swiss Theros block draft. Open to Johnny. It's a pretty nice Planeswalker to get in limited, I would say. So we're going to take him. Other notable cards in here, well, we've got Consigned to Dust, which is very good. Golden Hind, very good. Armament of Nyx, I liked it a lot in the last draft I did. Actually, just plenty of playables in here. The worst cards, maybe that's better to note. Return Reveler and Countermand. Other than that, everything else seems pretty playable. Obviously taking the Planeswalker. Okay, follow-up pick. Well, whoa, what's the War Chief do? Oh, cool. The Centaur, this guy's actually pretty good. Alright, let's just completely disregard the fact that he's a Lord. He has Vigilance and Trample. And he's a 3/3. I think I'm going to pick him. Otherwise, it would be this guy who's good too. This guy who's good, and a Centaur. Mortal Obstinacy and Nature's Panoply are cool, but yeah, let's take the Centaur Lord. I forgot this guy was even in the full block. That's pretty cool. Alright. Back-to-back rares is always a fun start. Oh, wow. Huge choice here. Well, I think we have to take the Banishing Light, but Spire Spine is a phenomenally powerful card. I've gotten a chance to play that. Supply Line Cranes is very strong as well, but easily taken Banishing Light. Not only is it an answer for a Johnny, but it's a nice tool we'd love to have at our disposal, so taking it. Alright, I think we're just going to snatch up the Supply Line Cranes this time around, but the Ox is certainly interesting. This can be real good in certain spots, I'm sure. Seder Grove Dancer is certainly playable, but yeah, we'll just take the Supply Line Cranes, which is essentially like a common Sarah Angel, a little bit. Pretty similar, I would assume. Okay, pretty obvious a Crow and Mastiff here. Tapping down guys is good. What else do we have in here? Hour of Need, which is very strong. What's this guy do? Triton Cavalry, 2/4 for 4. Return bounce enchantments when you target him. That guy's actually pretty cool. Hour of Need's very good. Thoughtrender Lamia I played and I liked. 6 mana for 3 toughness though is a bit painful. Nature's Panoply's fine. It usually tables. Definitely a playable trick. Sigiled Starfish is awesome for blue. Easily taken Mastiff there. Okay. Choices now. We have the Harvest Guard Alceids. I think I actually like the Swiftclaw more. There's also Skyspear Cavalry, which has flying and double strike. Pretty strong. Double strike in general is strong. Multiply that by a format that has Bestow, and you've got a monster. Cavalry is insane. Do I want to just get all the 5-drops now? Swiftclaw is an extremely awesome 2-drop. I love that this card trades up. I think I am going to go with the Double Striker, though. He's uncommon. I'm pretty sure he's the only Double Striker in the entire full block. I'm not 100%, but I'm almost 100% he is. No, that's not right. Actually, I take it back. The 2-headed Cerberus. Okay, I lied. Reprisal, some more removal, but we're just going to take the second Mastiff. Love this card. Renowned Weaver. Yeah, we're looking for cheap stuff. I would say that guy fits the criteria perfectly. Okay, now we can take Harvest Guard Alceids, or we can take the Stonewise Fortifier. I mean, typically I like bears more, but 2/3 it is. We've got a lot of stuff we want to set up for. Currently have not that many enchantments. I guess technically we could surprise somebody, sack this guy, get the enchantment, and then bring it in at instant speed, preventing all damage to a target creature. So that's actually really good synergy. We'll take it. Okay. Nature's Panoply versus Mortal Obstinacy. Which do I like more? I mean, obviously this one is got the surprise factor going for it, which is definitely good. This one gets to wreck enchantments occasionally, which is also good. I think we're just going to go with the Panoply. I like the surprise factor. Okay, now we'll take the Font of Fertility in case I want to splash. Does look like some late blue picks are coming. Ritual of the Turned is cool, but don't have anything insane for it. I guess font, whatever. Here's some black cards. Nyx Infusion's totally playable. At this point, I think we've pretty well solidified ourselves into 2-color, but I guess if we open something bomb in another color, I can always try and splash for it. Who knows? Maybe I'll end up turning this deck into Chromanticore, which is always fun to do. Getting some very late playable black cards. Always surprising. Well, we opened Guild, which is definitely a good black card, but I think we've got some good white and green in here as well. What's the Demolock do again? It's a 5-mana 3/3 that destroys a non-creature permanent, or is a 5-mana 6/6. I don't know, we're kind of getting a little clunky. Kind of looking for cheaper stuff now. Vanguard is okay, he's got Vigilance, but certainly nothing amazing. Nothing to write home about. I just got the feeling that we're probably not going to need to go 3-color, so like what's the purpose of building towards it now? So, I mean, obviously I need more cheap stuff, so I could go for the Vanguard. Yeah, I can get behind that. He's not that good, honestly, but he's fine, he's playable. We have permanent pump effects, so I guess he's okay. Okay, now we've got Sun Guide versus Nyxborn Shieldmate. Shieldmate's going to be better on the Vigilance guys and the Heroic. So I think I'm going to take that over the Sun Guide, but I do like Sun Guide quite a bit. Yeah, I think that makes sense. Let's take the Shieldmate here. Okay. Some good choices once again. Glimpse the Sun God is pretty insanely strong. Triggers Heroic as well as can tap down a whole team. I think that's the card we're going to take. It's just such a good surprise factor card. I'm sure it operates a lot better when you're beat down, but it operates just fine when you're the deck that can stall out and put a million creatures out and then just stalemate board. Oh, okay, Glimpse the Sun God. I'll tap all your guys and kill you. I like it. Reap What Is Sown. I mean, we're on color with it. Isn't that, it's basically a more efficient way to do Nature's Panoply. I see. Well, we're probably more likely to table it because it's multicolor. In a color combo I don't see a lot of people playing, so I think I'm just going to take a Sun Guide over it, get another nice 2-drop, and see if we can table that Reap What Is Sown. Karametra's Favor could help ramp us, and it's a cantrip aura. I guess I can get behind that. Not too much else for us. Dreamfinder's playable, but not amazing. Hold at Bay, not that good. And a bunch of off-color stuff. Okay, so now Pillar of War versus Charging Badger, Far's Radiance on color. Nothing special. We're going to take the Pillar of War. At the very least, it can block. And I guess we have Shieldmate and Karametra's Favor. It's not much that can target it, but I'd play it if I had to, I guess. Alright, we'll take the second Favor. At this point, we're pretty well fixed, I guess. Here we go. This is a solid 4-drop. We can take the Tromper. We can also take a second Shieldmate, which I'm certainly not opposed to. But the Tromper goes with our Lord, so let's take him. We've got an actual Centaur here. Let's cut stuff I'd prefer to not play. So I'd rather not play that. I'd probably, well, we tabled the Demolock, so I guess I'll take it. I'd still prefer to not play the Favors or the Font of Fertility, really. Just because they don't seem, geez, triple Karametra's Favor. Let's take the Siren Song Lyre. It's kind of removal. Tapping stuff down is good, even though we already have double Mastiff. Tabled the Sun Guide, which is actually really surprising since it's an awesome card. Let's cut... I guess we don't have to cut anything yet. I don't think Demolock's all that good, but 5 mana 6/6 is definitely acceptable. I guess we'll hate the Evasion card. I'm trying to think what our first cut is going to be. Probably the Siren Song Lyre. At this point, I feel like we don't even need the Karametra's Favors or the Font of Fertility. The only reason I'm leaving them in is just in case we open something that I realistically want to splash. Other than that, I think our distribution is looking pretty good. We're light on removal, but that's to be expected in green-white. We still have a chance to get Time to Feed out of the Theros pack or something along those lines. Hold at bay, take it, probably not play it. Badger, same thing. So this deck could use some more 2 and 3 drops. I think our end game plan is pretty good. We've got some nice strong 5 drops. Pretty good 4 drops. Just need some nice 2 and 3 drop spells. Okay, on to the last pack. Well, we've got Observant Alseid. I'd say that qualifies as a good 3 drop since it's also a bestow creature. Gotta love the dual purpose. Otherwise, Staunch Hearted Warrior is cool, but we don't have a ton of ways to target it. Just a few. So, alright. Let's play the Observant Alseid. Alright, I think this is a pretty easy Dauntless Onslaught. Gift of Mortality is cool, but very hard to deny the power of Dauntless Onslaught. Super powerful. Alright, let's cut the Karametra's Favors now. At this point, I'm pretty sure we're going to get enough to just make this deck work. Currently 4 cards short of a deck, but all of these spells we have in are definitely playable. Alright, here's a Chronicler of Heroes. Why is this card great for our deck, you say? Well, we're in green-white, and we happen to have the Centaur Lord. So everything about this card for our deck seems great. By the way, Keepsake Gorgon is going to be a problem. That guy is good. Okay, Time to Feed. Also have God's Willing in here. I think we would prefer the Time to Feed. Let me look at every good creature we have for Time to Feed. We have Chronicler, Harvest Guard, these guys, these late game things. I mean, yeah, those are pretty good for it. God's Willing is nice, though. I like the protection. I think we're just going to take Time to Feed. Let's get some more removal. I like God's Willing, too, but... so it's okay. So Feral Invocation versus Battle-Wise Valor. You get the permanent buff with Feral Invocation, so I think that's the more attractive offer. But, I mean, Battle-Wise Valor is good, too. I think we want the Feral Invocation. You can't deny that permanent buff. That's a game flipper for sure. Alright, Nihilate's Disciple. Get another... we're just going to take another Centaur. Also, this one gains us life. Hard to deny that. Traveling Philosopher is a nice 2-drop, but yeah, we're going to take the Centaur. I think I'm okay with Last Breath. At this point we have enough creatures, so I don't really need the Hedonist. Cavalry Pegasus currently gives flying to like almost nothing. Very few cards in the deck. So I think we're just going to take Last Breath, which at this point I'm totally willing to main deck it. I keep putting it in sideboard, and this one might actually end up there too, but one of these days I'm going to main deck it because I seem to always sideboard into it. Wow, Ordeal of Heliod went that late. Well, that shouldn't happen, so take it. Erebus's Emissary should never table. We're going to take it just because it's a really powerful card. It does appear that black was open, but I'm certainly not upset with the awesome green-white deck we're building here. Everything looks good to me. Maybe we are cutting the Last Breath from main deck again. Otherwise, what? Maybe Nessian Demolock. We don't need him. But he is kind of a nice finisher, to be perfectly honest. I definitely don't like the choice that your opponent gets. None of these cards matter too much. I guess we'll take the Breaching Hippocamp since it can give them a surprise blocker. Mnemonic Wall can be annoying to lose against when they're getting that kind of value. So I do have to make some cuts. I guess I'd prefer to not be creatures. I guess it is the Last Breath then. Just better to sideboard into, I guess. I gotta take the foil planes. Come on, I mean, we're in white. Loathsome. So loathsome. So aptly named. Loathsome Catoblepas. And a Messenger's Speed, and probably a land. Alright, we get an island, and we've got ourselves a deck, which we actually have to make cuts out of, so we'll figure this out. Let's see what we have here. Ended up more white than green. Don't need that. Don't need these. So this is 24. Which one am I missing that I had in before? Am I missing something? Thought there were more. Maybe not. Separate out spells from creatures. Okay. 16 creatures. I want to run 17 lands with this deck. We've got 4 or 5 drops, which is significant enough. I want to leave up mana for Mastiffs. We're very heavy in the 4-drop. Yeah, this is a 17 land deck. So a little bit short on early stuff to do, which can definitely be an issue. But I think we'll be able to make this work. With 17 lands, as long as we can hit our lands, we'll be good, I think. Decent removal, decent combat tricks. Let's figure out our last cut. Is it Demolock? How good is this guy? 5 mana 6/6 or 5 mana 3/3 that destroys a non-creature permanent? I feel like that's a little bit weak. I feel like that guy's a little bit weak. I might be wrong. But if I'm right, then I definitely don't want to play him. Skyspear's Cavalry, how many ways do we have to buff him, really? Shieldmate. This thing, that's 2. 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. Alright, yeah, that's enough. Johnny's pretty amazing with him. Pretty difficult to deny that. Okay, well this looks good. I like it. Got removal, got a Johnny, got stuff going on. What's our colors looking like? Much more white than green, but what do they say? 11-6. Typically don't like the 11-6. How about the 10-7? Can we get behind that? I do have double white I'm going to be needing early. and pretty much all of our 2-drops are white. We do need green starting on turn 3 at the very latest, because I guess technically we could use it on turn 1, but I think 10-7. 10-7 is acceptable. Our only double green is Nyle's Disciple, which is better late anyway. And we have a reasonably significant amount of double white, especially on turn 2. 10-7, I'll get behind it. Okay, this deck is good. Very powerful. I like our threats. I like our removal. I like, yeah, I like everything about it. I'll see you round 1.